I serve as the site coordinator for the Community Healing Resource Center at the Apostolic Pentecostal Church of Morgan Park, which is in the Morgan Park neighborhood of Chicago. That's on Chicago's far south side. And yeah, so our location is at 114th and Vincennes. And we're right in the middle of an area that is ravaged by violence and all kinds of other things like that. I think that many people know about the violence and the gunshots and other things like that in Chicago. And I will say this, when Chicago is not the worst city in the United States when it comes to violence, but any violence is horrible as it stands. And so what the Community Healing Resource Center does is it stands to act as a community liaison, if you will, a community center that looks to heal the community, just like the name says, community healing, right? So we're a resource center. We provide the community with resources and things. One of the main things we try to get people to is mental health. We try to check in on mental health. But the reason we find it important to do this for community is because when there's gun violence, when there's acts of violence, it doesn't just impact the person who was shot. It doesn't just impact the person who was stuck up. It doesn't just impact the person who was directly impacted, if you will, by the violence. It impacts an entire community. I'll give you an example. When you are walking down the street and you're looking constantly over your shoulder, when you get out of your car in your neighborhood and you're scared to come out of your house, or you're looking around because you don't know who might pop up on you, that's a trauma. That's a form of trauma, and it's not normal. It's not normal for people to live in that kind of fear. And in some neighborhoods, people live in that kind of fear. So our center, the Community Healing Resource Center, also known as the CHRC, you'll probably hear me saying CHRC from here on out, but our CHRC services the Morgan Park neighborhood. It services the Roseland neighborhood, and it services the West Pullman neighborhoods of Chicago. Chicago is broken up into 77 distinct neighborhoods, and so we service those areas. And of those areas, those neighborhoods in Chicago, those three areas experience crime, especially Roseland and West Pullman. Gunshots happen all the time.